Heartiest congratulations, Dimple, for the launch of the Marathi and the Hindi edition.
Thank
of
you
this
so
book.
much. Thank
So,
you.
talk to us about the importance of emotions, mind, and how does it impact the gut?
Both ways, it's a two-way relationship. Your gut impacts your mind and emotions, and your mental and emotional health also impacts your gut. The way you digest food, absorb and assimilate nutrients, everything is impacted. So gut, mind and emotion has a direct correlationship. Your gut is called the second brain. It has
Yes.
more neurons lining its wall than there are neurons in the brain. So you actually experience emotions in the gut, and then you decode it in your brain as to what emotion you have, whether you're anxious, scared, excited, happy, nervous, butterflies fluttering in the stomach. You experience it in the gut first. So your emotions are there. And your mental health is also dependent on your gut bacteria, because your gut bacteria can impose how you feel. It can release serotonin, dopamine, or it can release cortisol. It can even cause depression in the body, unhealthy bacteria. They can also drive your unhealthy cravings. And the good bacteria can help you arrange, your hormones back in place.
Happy hormones.
Yeah. So your gut impacts
Alright.
everything.
Yes. Excellent. So, what is the essence of this book?
So this book is basically my own, experience with Ayurveda, and I chanced upon it 8 years ago, and I was curious, what Ayurveda can do for me. I was so impressed with the kind of knowledge and depth and expertise it had. It's a 5,000-year-old science that has withstood the test of time and humanity, and so many pandemics and cycles of life and death, that there's something true about it. It's called the mother of all sciences, right? Be it, your homeopathy, naturopathy, your traditional Chinese medicine, they all borrowed some knowledge from Ayurveda. So I was very curious, and I just literally have scratched the surface. This book talks about the 5 basics that really changed my life. One is circadian rhythm, syncing your body clock with Mother Nature's clock, and an exact time for everything: when you eat, when you drink, when you exercise, when you sleep. Second one is a food pyramid, understanding which quantity of what food you need to eat more of, be it fruits and vegetables and carbs and proteins. Then the third one is Viruddhahar, understanding the compatibility of food groups. Two combinations of foods can either nourish you or poison you, right? So that's another thing.
Like?
Grapes and milk. If you had a bowl of grapes and then you had a glass of milk, it can instantly kill an infant.
Oh, goodness.
That's poisonous, the combination. People are crazy about apple milkshake and banana milkshake. They're extremely injurious to your gut in the long run, because it ruptures the gut lining. Apple is citric in nature. It has citric acid, malic acid, ascorbic acid. It reacts with the casein and the animal-based protein in milk and causes it to curdle. When that curdling, that fermentation process happens inside your gut, it damages your gut lining barrier, breaks it, and causes leakage of undigested food into the bloodstream. And that leads to inflammatory response, autoimmune response, and then it leads to skin issues, allergies, and diseases.
How
That's
about
why-
fish and milk?
Oh my God, deadly combination. I've had patients tell me that they literally needed an emergency landing on a flight because they had maybe fish with some, milk-based sauce. They got so sick, it leads to instant food poisoning. For a lot of people, the damage is later. People say, "Oh, I've been eating it. Yeah, I've been eating it for so long, I feel nothing." It's because your body has stopped communicating with you. Because you've been suppressing all the messages from your body. Your body has decided to stop communicating with you. A few weeks, months later, it shows up as a strange disease, either in form of spots on your skin, eczema, psoriasis, urticaria, rosacea. These are basically a message from your body that there's some toxins, free radicals floating around in the bloodstream, and that's being pushed towards the surface of the skin. So it's a sign that you need a detox.
Oh, okay. What are the others? Other two?
Lifestyle changing habits, how to eat, how to use your hands, when to use a spoon and a fork, how to drink water, when to drink water, juicing remedies. And we also have another one, which I'm beginning to forget. So we spoke about circadian rhythm, we spoke about food pyramid. There's something called digestion period of different food groups. So you need to know the science behind how many hours the body takes to digest different foods. Be it fruits, 3 hours, vegetables, 6 hours, grains and pulses, 18 hours, meat, seafood and eggs, 72 hours. When you understand the math, then you can make wiser choices on what to eat for your breakfast, lunch and dinner. So you'll not wake up with, symptoms like constipation, bloating, indigestion, body aches, pain. These are not diseases that has happened due to external environment. These are diseases due to your lifestyle and due to your dietary habits. So if you know the science of food, and if you understand how the food reacts inside your body and how your body responds to it, you can make better choices.
Right. It takes a little while, but once we get into it, it becomes a habit.
See, it's like you don't write poetry as soon as you're born. You learn your ABC first. Then you learn how to make a sentence.
Small steps.
Then you learn how to add your emotions to it and your mental faculties to make it more intelligent, to make it more emotional and from the heart. Then comes poetry. So the same with your gut health, you know. First get the basics in the form of, you know, text from Ayurveda, from naturopathy, from yoga. Follow the rituals to the T, like it's some kind of a ceremonious rule that you have to live by. Once you've started living by the rule, you'll start experiencing and feeling the effect of it. Then you go by your feelings. Right now, your feelings are all confused. You know, you keep craving junk food and chips and pizzas and pastas and burgers and sandwiches because your bad bacteria is driving your feelings at the moment. So first, you get into the rituals, follow it like a military protocol, and in 3 months, you'll notice that your body is communicating with you and telling you what it wants. That should be the communication between you and your gut.
Wonderfully shared. So, what should be the ideal diet? What do you recommend?
See, rise with the sun, set with the sun, rule number 1. Rule number 2, small breakfast, big lunch when the sun is at the peak, small dinner when the sun is setting. Rule number 3, eating window is 8 hours, resting hours should be 16 hours. You need to give your organs, intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting always begins only at sunset and finishes after sunrise. So it's not something that happens at whatever time you feel like. You can't eat a 9-course meal at 10 o'clock in the night and then go on intermittent fasting. It doesn't work. It's going to lead to cardiac health issues and pressure on the heart. Intermittent fasting is always from sunset to sunrise. So the rule number 4 is whole food plant-based diet. Remember, there's a secret to longevity in Japan, in Spain, in Greece. You go to all the blue zones, they swear by it. 95% plants land, right? And number 5, eat with consciousness and awareness. You know, remember, food is God, food is nutrition, and food is also source of life. So give it the respect. Express gratitude to the farmers who make that food, to the hands that cook that food, to all the people who brought that food to your plate. We're privileged class to have food on our plate. How many kids don't have food on their plate? You know, it's like heartbreaking when you hear news about it from other parts of the world where, you know, children are killed because they're just waiting in line to ask for food. Terrible, right? So we're privileged class. Every morsel of food on your plate is God's blessing.
Gratitude all the way out.
Gratitude.
Right? Yes. So can you share some remedies for vitamin D deficiency, bone loss, density and all of those?
Yeah. So for vitamin D deficiency, I would advise you to apply sesame oil on your body. It's a great source of calcium. And then sit in indirect sunlight. Your body's ability to absorb UVB rays goes up because of the oil. It's like you're cooking your body under the sun. How do you cook your vegetables? You put on some flame, you put on some oil on the vegetables, and you cook the vegetables. The same with your body. You need to cook your body under the sun for a few minutes every day. Your vitamin D absorption will go up. Okay, your body makes vitamin D.
Okay.
Number 2, you can also have mushrooms if you like to have. I'm not a big fan of it. I prefer increasing my intake of sunlight, water, and nutrients. And the nutrients can be in the form of sesame seeds, in the form of ragi roti. It's a good source of calcium. Remember, calcium, vitamin D, B12, they all work together.
All right.
Okay. And for bone density, again, sesame seeds is your magic seeds. It has 7 to 8 times more calcium than the same amount of milk.
Okay.
And in fact, milk leads to calcium deficiency, has been proven by Harvard.
Is it?
Yeah, they did a study on 72,000 women, and they noticed that women who had 1 to 2 glasses of milk had higher risk of hip fracture compared to women who rarely drank milk, because milk has animal protein, which requires calcium to get digested. Milk has about, say, 48% of calcium, 52% of animal protein, if you look at it that way. The protein burns all the calcium and pulls more calcium from your bones to make up for the deficit, right? So you're actually losing calcium from your body when you eat animal-based protein, and it's a proven science.
I'm glad, because there's a lot of myth around it. How about diabetes and cholesterol?
See, diabetes, again, you know, my magic remedy is string bean tea. You take 5 string beans, slice it vertically into 10, boil it in water, strain and drink. This is equal to 1 insulin shot. Your magic antidotes are cinnamon powder, blackberry powder, which is called kala jamun powder, and then you have your black pepper, kali miri. They help in preventing sugar spikes. So with every meal, if you have one of these powders sprinkled on your food, you'll prevent sugar spikes and prevent pre-diabetic symptoms, and you'll also be able to bring diabetes into remission.
Oh, wow. Your final words for mental peace, you know?
You know, you're a piece of nature.
Yes.
You're made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. When you were born, you were in the purest form of these 5 elements. When you die, you'll go back to nature, disintegrate back into these 5 elements. You'll take nothing with you. So make sure that every thought, every word, every action, every act that you perform is filled with kindness, for the world and gratitude for the one above who's watching you.
Beautiful.
And don't be afraid to speak the truth and stand up for the truth. A lot of times what happens in the name of kindness and gratitude, we don't want to do the difficult things because it's challenging.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. You know, like Krishna said, do your duty, do not expect a reward.
Yes.
What is for you will come to you when the time is right.
When the karma is yours. It's a karmumi.
Yes, absolutely.
So nourish your mind with good thoughts and good food.
And your soul will be blessed, you know, to see you perform all the right activities.
Yes.
And sync back to nature. Nature is your teacher, nature is your mother. Nature nurtures, nature cures, nature heals. Only nature has a perfect solution for all our diseases.
Happy minds, happy gut.
Absolutely.
And where can we get your this book?
So you can get it on Amazon, and all the leading bookstores have it. Relay, Crossword. You know,
Okay.
definitely go there, ask for a copy of the book. You'll find it at the airport across the country, and you'll also find it print on demand in the rest of the world.
Wonderful.